Good morning, and welcome. Thank you for joining the Early Show. I'm your host, Juan Antonio Mendoza, but don't bother trying to pronounce that. Most people know me by Jam. Today's topic will revolve around the idea of misinterpretation, outdated medical practices, and how we use our naughty bits. Here are a few stories that will not only set the mood, but also give you a few hints as to what our main story covers. First up, USA Today reported on August 4th of 2018 that a new law in Denmark bans people from wearing a burqa in public. The law also prohibits accessories that hide the face, such as, I want to say balaclavas?
Balaclavas.
Balaclavas. Is that an actual word?
Yes.
Balaclavas, masks, and false beards. And can I just ask, how many terrorists have been seen wearing false beards? See, I'm sure most ISIS members already have real beards. If anything, it's probably a requirement. Is there like some baby-faced terrorist out there who's unable to grow one, who thought, before I kill the infidels, I have to get me a beard? Critics see the law as encouraging anti-immigrant sentiments, pointing to the very small number of Muslim women in Denmark who actually wear full-face veils. Supporters of the law argue instead that the ban enables better integration of Muslim immigrants into Danish society. Because, Denmark's already diverse enough. And hey, Mr. Editor, can you bring that word back? I don't know how to pronounce that. No, I don't. Can anyone else pronounce that? Sarah?
Thanks, Jam. All right, Lindsay, how do you pronounce this word?
Balaclavas.
Balaclavas?
Balaclavas.
Last September, Azusa Pacific University, a private Christian school, came under fire after reversing its policy banning public LGBTQ relationships on campus. Due to pressure from student activists, the university removed its policy to ban open LGBT relationships. However, this change was never approved by the Board of Trustees and has since been reinstated. And can we just acknowledge just how messed up it is to make people think that protesting actually works? Come on, APU. Are you going to be the Board of Trustees or the students? One, not both. Quit teasing your students. I wonder what the students of our private Christian college would think if there was an LGBTQ ban. You want to find that out, Sarah?
How would you feel if Drury implemented a Praying the Gay Away program?
A what?
I feel like that would probably be inappropriate.
I'd feel embarrassed that our school would have that.
I feel like that would not go over well. I don't think that would ever happen. I don't think we have to worry about that.
I don't think that would go over too well. I think that'd go over as bad as well as, pray the straight away.
Hello, fellow children of Christ. As we all know, our society is scourged today with the plight of the heterosexual relationship and its sinful nature. We all know that relations between a man and a woman could not be more sinful or wrong, and it's just unnatural. But it doesn't have to be this way. We don't have to be stuck in this cycle of man and woman. Which is why today I present this program to Congress. Pray the straight away and learn the joys of taking it up.
Which, we've tried, didn't go too well.
Next question. How would you feel if Drury implemented a mandatory chapel service attendance?
After they implemented it, the new students coming in would know about it, so it'd be fine. But they'd probably lose a lot of students right now. But I stand by their right to, implement it if they wanted to.
If that was a requirement when I was coming into Drury, I would not have picked Drury.
Well, with my high school background, I was in a Christian school where they did force us to go to chapel every Wednesday, and that definitely pushed me away.
That'd work about as well as banning people from going to chapel.
That's not a good thing.
If it wasn't what you signed up for, you didn't have to do it. But everyone after they made that rule, fair game.
Okay, and final question. How would you feel if Drury banned LGBTQ relationships?
I don't think that's what Jury stands for in terms of social justice and all that jazz.
Well, that does close down half the dating pool, so not overly fantastic.
Do what they want to do and love who they want to love.
Now that one, I don't think Drew would have any right to do that. I don't know that they could. I guess they could, but I mean, I don't know. That seems like a pretty big step on people's freedom.
I don't think that should be a rule because that's none of anyone's business.
And finally, according to a new report published by LGBTQ advocacy group Human Rights Campaign, at least 129 anti-LGBTQ bills were introduced across 30 states during the 2017 state legislative season. Thankfully, only all of them passed. We'll be right back after these short messages.
Are you unhappy with certain people in your life? Do these people happen to be the gays? Do you want a way to get the gays to stay away from you? Then Gay Away Spray is just what you need. Just one spritz of our spray will make all of your local gays stay away from you and your loved ones. Miranda from Utah says, I've never been happier since using my Gay Away Spray. My family feels safer as well, but my son does spend less time with the family for whatever reason. So get Gay Away Spray and make your day a little brighter. Water brought to you by the church.
For our main story, we look to a state that experiences all the wrath of Mother Nature herself, California. Today we'll be focusing on the banning of the Bible. Personally, I thought the Quran would go first, but a bill introduced in California might actually be banning the Bible. Assemblyman Travis Allen, a Republican from Huntington Beach, said the bill, known as Assembly Bill 2943, would literally ban Bible sales. He was asked on some random news show that really doesn't matter, much like this one, if the Bible would actually be banned. And he responded with, yes, it would. This is, politically correct culture gone horribly wrong. This is really directly hitting our First Amendment rights as American citizens. Democrats want to tell you how to think, what sort of books you can read, write, and purchase. You know what? I agree with Alan. Nothing good can come out of a super liberal California. The only reason we don't bash on California is because we have a Florida. But what exactly is AB 2943? And is it actually banning Bible sales? Assembly Bill 2943 was proposed on February of this year by Democratic Assemblyman Evan Lowe, which would set strict restrictions on gay conversion therapy. SNOPS reported on April 20th of 2018 that the legislation enhances California's already existing prohibition on sexual orientation change efforts, commonly known as gay conversion therapy. But I mean, come on. We all know that conversion therapy is an effective tool with absolutely no negative consequences whatsoever. Being gay is a choice, just like being a minority or a woman. I mean, all that happens is you get shocked for a bit in the name of our Lord and Savior, Mike Pence. See, in 2012, the California Assembly passed Senate Bill 1172, which banned mental health professionals from performing conversion therapy on children under the age of 18. The law defines it as any practices by mental health providers that seek to change an individual's sexual orientation. This includes efforts to change behaviors or gender expressions, or to eliminate or reduce sexual or romantic attractions or feelings towards individuals of the same sex. Wow, that is a mouthful. AB 2943 would extend the ban to any persons of any age, and it would prohibit the advertising or sale of conversion therapy goods and services in the state. But let me just clarify that for our audiences in Florida. The bill doesn't actually ban the Bible, nor would it prevent people from speaking or writing freely about conversion therapy. The only thing the bill does is curb paid conversion therapy, because conversion therapy doesn't actually work. Although, that didn't really stop conservative websites like the Daily Caller and the Federalist from spreading the claims that Democrats were attempting to ban the Bible. This includes National Review columnist David French, who wrote, yes, California's on the verge of banning some Christian books. French zeroes in on the broad interpretation of the law that could apply to some conversion therapy goods sold, which could include some Christian books. But that doesn't really include the Bible now, does it? See, I don't remember reading anything in the Bible that said, torture thy neighbor with lightning until he is freed from his sinful ways of doing the naughty with another man. Look, I get the whole Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve argument, but remember, Eve was made out of Adam's rib. Imagine if Adam had to give up a second rib for Steve. All I'm saying is that if that would have happened, then Adam would be having a lot more fun. Hashtag bye guys, have more fun, hashtag sandwich. Although the danger comes when people take it beyond just the law that is too broad, but instead see this bill as a war on Christianity. Many people and organizations have attempted to defend the bill and correct the fake rumors spreading around online, including PolitiFact and a Catholic priest. Father Matthew Schneider criticized people spreading the false claim, stating in a tweet that misinformation can hurt someone's credibility. Can someone tell that to Trump? California Assembly Bill 2943 does not mention the Bible, Christianity, or religion at all. So when Allen claims that the legislation would literally ban the sale of Bibles, he was literally lying. So now you're probably wondering, whatever happened to the bill? Because it was introduced actually a little while ago. Well, that's when the story becomes frustrating. The LA Times reported on August 31st that Assemblyman Lowe, the guy who introduced the bill, shelved it. And eventually the bill failed. Lowe explains that even though he believes in his bill and has the votes to pass it, he instead asked Christians throughout the state of California for their input. And even though Lowe himself identifies as a homosexual, he still chose to pull the bill because of how it divided people. And what really pisses me off is the fact that Democrats can be this dumb. Y'all really think Republicans will do the same? No! Republicans wouldn't do the same. So why are Democrats giving in? See, look, I feel like each party mascot represents them so accurately. Democrats being represented by jackasses, while Republicans being represented by an animal that's going extinct. But then there are people like author Nancy Pearcey, who continue to make the claim that AB 2943 would have outlawed her book in the state of California, even after that very myth was debunked. To all my straight Christian peeps watching, I know it sounds scary, letting gay people have normal lives and whatnot, but if you literally have to spread lies to prevent the bill from passing, then can you really call yourself virtuous? See, I get it. My mother is a little homophobic too. She once caught me staring at a picture of Leonardo DiCaprio for too long and attempted to beat the gay out of me with a Bible. But can this really be categorized as a victory for the church? Now, don't get too high and mighty, liberals. I just want to clarify that because someone's a Christian does not mean they hate the LGBTQ community. I would argue that most don't. In fact, Pew Research showed in 2015 that more Christians believe that homosexuals should be accepted than not. Fun fact, the Presbyterian Church allows same-sex marriage and allows homosexual members to become teachers and elders within the church. I cannot emphasize enough that people like Travis Allen and Nancy Pearcey are just a special type of ignorant, utilizing faith as a tool to oppress rather than to spread faith. Also, on an unrelated note, stoned to death is what I want engraved on my tombstone after I become the first person to overdose on weed. I have to speak from my diaphragm, or else I don't sound very masculine at all.
No, you sound pretty masculine right now.
Because I'm speaking from my diaphragm.
Oh, okay, yeah, that would do it.
You're about to and then begin.
It's gonna be a wipeout.
Don't lick your lips.
Why?
Because it dries them out more. Water's okay here, but like the water in the CX tastes like butt. Not that I would know what butt tastes like.
Yay, we got through it.